What a beautiful rainy Vancouver morning to do a little side quest. In a previous life, I was a contractor and I bought these two drills as a combo set. That was almost 13 years ago, and they've been going strong ever since. One of the things that really surprises me about these drills is I'm still on the original batteries, which, as you know, batteries don't last a long time and they're expensive. So for these things to keep going, I'm pretty impressed. I've really abused these drills and they really don't owe me anything. However, recently the actual drill has developed an intermittent issue with the trigger. What happens is when I go to use it, I'll pull that trigger and sometimes the drill will work and sometimes it won't. If I switch between forwards and backwards a couple of times, pull the trigger, eventually it'll go. So it hasn't really been a huge issue for me, but before I spend some more money on a new drill, I'm thinking I can see if we can bring this back to life. I hate to throw it away when everything works so well on it. So I've never fixed a drill or even taken a drill apart. So this is going to be a bit of an adventure for me. I'm hoping you'll stick around and we'll see what we find. All right. Take the battery apart. Take it apart, take it off. Don't take the battery apart. That's a bad idea. Yeah. All right, let's see here. I kind of went ahead and tried to see which ones I was going to need. I think it's this larger one. Yeah. The screws for this drill are small torque screws, and I have these, they're not Allen keys, I guess they're called torque keys. Basically the same thing. So after getting all the screws, the housing came apart pretty easily. One thing I found out was there were two screws that were shorter than the rest, but I didn't find this out until I went to put it back together. Once I had all the screws out and the housing apart, it was time to sort of do a visual inspection of the interior. So I'm just kind of seeing how everything comes apart. That was the gearbox. It was quite messy. And then at some point, some little spring popped out of here, and I got a little nervous about it. I saved it and set it aside, and I'll have to figure out what to do with that later. Okay, I made a quick trip to Canadian Tire and I got myself some grease for some areas around here that look like they need a bit of grease. Though I did look into it and apparently the only place I need grease is in the gearbox and I'm not taking that gearbox apart. So may have been a trip for nothing. I also have this CRC QD Electronic Cleaner. And this is the main thing I'm hoping is gonna fix this switch. And so I'm gonna, once we get everything all cleaned up, we're gonna spray a liberal amount of cleaner in there, and hopefully that will fix up the contacts. I should probably clean up the battery ports as well. We'll do that at the end. But for the cleaning part, what I've got is a good old toothbrush, old toothbrush being the operative part there. The cleaner. Got some shop towels and a rag, and then also it's off camera, but also got my pneumatic air blower, so we'll blow a bit of this stuff out, and in parts I'll probably use the vacuum in there so I don't get the stuff everywhere. So anyway, I think we'll get back to it here. So I don't know if all this cleaning with a toothbrush was really necessary. There seemed to be a bit of oil and grease mixed in with all that sawdust. And the toothbrush mostly just made everything kind of clump together. Later I would spray it all out with air gun, and that really cleaned it up. I probably could have skipped the toothbrush and just gone straight to the air gun, but maybe this helped to dislodge it, I'm not sure. Overall, it felt like the right next step, so I just continued on with it. Yeah, this is the gearbox. It was quite dirty. It had a lot of sawdust in it. And that clip is what changes it from high torque to low torque. I was surprised it was just sort of sitting on a wire. Pretty straightforward. So I got this cleaner. I've never used this stuff. All right. Should have looked at some before pictures to see if I remembered how this went. Okay, so this is the selector for forward and back. So that's going to be facing in here somewhere like this. Probably like that. That's going to sit at the back. This piece is going to fit into the front for sure. Might even need to go in. Oh, let's put this selector back on. Now let's see if I remember which way was which. I think 2 was inside, but I don't remember. I seem to remember it was like this. I bet it was like that. That looks right to me. Okay. So this is going to fit in there. Okay, what have we got here? We got this piece here too. Oh, I didn't clean this one up. Putting this back together was pretty straightforward, other than this little piece. There was a spring clip that fell out when I was taking it apart. Good thing I noticed it. And I had a pretty good idea of where it went and how it worked, but it took a little while before I was able to figure out exactly the mechanism and spot. Now this was funny. Later I found out that there was no audio recording for this part, but basically what I'm showing you is the tiny little spot where that spring clip slides in. And at that point I found another spot that needed cleaning. You can see the spring clip down on the cloth there, that little piece. Now I went to Lee Valley today, and I got that opal knife that you saw. I'd wanted one of those for a while. But I was looking at the tweezers, and I didn't buy a set of tweezers. And now I'm thinking I should have. So I think this goes in here. Yeah, that's where that goes. Okay, so that's lined up there. Now this thing, see, it's got this cutout in here. Whoop. This in here, I think all these wires are going to go in there, and then this piece is going to slide into there. So let's see here. Let's try and get those in there. Or is it going to go this way? I bet it goes this way. Only one wire at a time. I wonder if we can do that. Can we get one wire in at a time? I don't know. I think this thing has to go in here first. Yeah, so this was mostly just about fitting wires into spots. I didn't want anything to bind, when I put the housing together. You know, nothing worse than crimping a wire and damaging something. Little bit of grease in there. Now, put too much grease in it, and we're going to have a nice spot for sawdust to collect. But just a little bit extra to make sure that the thing slides in nicely. Okay, let's put this together first. That bearing must go in there. Let's go to a certain way about it. There we go. Okay. Let's see if we can't. Something's not lining up quite right yet. Oh. Okay. Yeah, this piece isn't in there. It's not sliding properly. This isn't seated, see that? It's got to be perfect. If it's not perfect, there's something wrong. So, I just want to give her a little wiggle. Yeah, something's going on here too. It's binding. Okay, best to just back it out. Thinking. See, that gets in there nice. But something's going on here. That's not seated down there. Oh, that sounded good. Okay, let's turn it. Okay, that's turning. Let's push this in. Oh, my spring clip came out in there. All right. Okay. I think we're in, except for this clip at the top. Let's do that. I didn't want to rush this part. I didn't want to crimp anything when I put that housing together, so I was careful. But this part here I'm not so sure about. And this top piece, this doesn't look right. There, that's good. That's gonna go together. Okay. Okay. Okay, I think we're good here. I just don't know if I should test it first. Now at this point, I'm putting the screws together, well, putting them in, and realized that there were 2 screws that are just ever so slightly shorter than all the rest of them. So I wasn't sure where they went. I took some guesses. Later when I put the drill together again, I would find where those screws go. But I didn't have any problems this time, so I either lucked out or they've accounted for that already in another way. Here she is. All right, I'm gonna change camera angles, and I promise you I won't try it without you. So hold on, let's just move things around here. Okay, it's back together. So yeah, all in all went pretty easily. Looks the same from the outside. So trigger works that way, lock position. Hopefully these arrows are correct. Now this is, so the chuck, I'm just thinking, normally you can move this thing, I think. I'm not 100% sure. But anyway, okay, so battery light's on. Hopefully that turns off, because it's not supposed to stay on. Okay, it turned off. I think that's good. You ready? Okay, that's a relief. That's a relief. There's no, it's not smoking. So, okay, backwards. Oh. Oh no, it misfired. It didn't fix it. Okay, forward, back. No, it didn't. Oh my gosh. There it is. Okay, so you know what that means. That means it needs a new switch. Well, at least I cleaned the gunk out. The other thing is, yeah, there, she's just not working. Darn. Okay, let's see. Lower one. That's high speed. Low speed. Okay, so that stuff works. One thing for sure, I can take the drill apart and I can put it back together. So for me, that's a bit of a win. Taking the switch apart, I wonder if I can get in there a little deeper. Like I put it on the contacts, but I wonder if it's something physically inside the switch. We could look at that. I might see if I can clean up the inside of that switch. I might have to unsolder it and physically take it out of there, but definitely did not fix the problem. Yeah, see there. Okay. Okay, well, let's see what's next. Are we done? I don't know if we're done. I guess I gotta see. It's 124. I could keep going. I'm gonna look into this switch and Okay, so I'm learning a lot here about making videos and other things. So it's the same day. I got a different shirt on, but that's because I got a stain on that one. I had to do an emergency cornstarch Dawn thing to get that out. Definitely one of those why I can't own nice things moments. Anyway, so just had a little break, and now I'm ready to get back to it. So here's what I've decided to do. I'm going to take it apart again, and I'm going to get inside the trigger. Oh, I forgot to tell you. The last video cut off short because I ran out of storage space on the phone. Like, these videos, they take up a lot of space. So like I said, bit of a learning curve. Anyway, I'm going to take this trigger apart. Well, no, I'm not taking the trigger apart. I can take the drill apart again, and we're going to try and get inside that trigger with the electrical cleaner and see if that fixes it. Because I really want this thing to work, and I don't mind putting a bit of time into it. So I'm just happy it works, like, after I got it apart and back together again. Oh, well. Okay, let's do it. Okay, let's put this on fast forward and big time. We don't need to go through all this again. So yeah, I was a lot more confident this time. I pulled all the screws out and got that housing apart in record time, and didn't have any issues. Yeah, second time taking this thing apart as well, as I noticed I missed one spot on that switch. Look how dirty the switch is there. So I cleaned it up a lot better the second time. I blew a ton of that cleaner into it. I'm not sure what happened to the video, but I drenched the inside of it and then put everything back. I did a better job of taking it apart this time and didn't pull all those little clips and sliders out. But I drenched that switch and then quickly reassembled it. All right, so okay, here's the moment of truth. Okay, well, I have a clean drill at least. I don't know, what am I gonna do here? I'll tell you what I learned. I learned how to take my drill apart and put it back together, so I'm happy about that. I learned that, you know, there's no burnt wires or missed connections inside, so I gotta see if I can find another switch, or maybe I just gotta live with this problem. I don't know. Definitely gonna need to think about it for a while, so. Okay, well, I guess that's it. I hope you made it through that very exciting epic tale of a failed switch that remains failed. Yeah, if anybody's got any ideas, please let me know. Okay, that's it.